Hi guys, it's BP. So welcome to my channel if you're new, and if you're not new, welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about lessons that I've learned in my 20s. Now, I'm still in my 20s, but I am in the later half of my 20s. So I do think that I have gained enough experience to where I can talk about the lessons that I've learned in my 20s, in my earlier 20s, up until now, and just what I've learned and how my lessons may help you. So number one is it's okay to say no. Something that I truly had to learn the hard way in my 20s is that it's okay to say no. When you're in your 20s, you're still figuring out who you are, who you want to be, how you want to show up. And some people, you know, due to their childhood, they've grown up with people-pleasing tendencies. So you tend to say yes to a lot of things, even like things that you don't want to do, because you don't want to let the other person down. You don't want to disappoint the other person or push them away, and you know, they don't want to be your friend anymore, or they don't want to be in your life. But it is so key that you know how to say no, and that you exercise your right to say no. Say no to things that don't serve you. Say no to people and places that don't serve you. Say no to, you know, a career. If you realize that, you know, the career that you've been in is not for you, say no to it. Plan your exit. Say no to doing favors. Say no to friends. Say no to family. Say no to whatever you know is not for you. It is okay to say no. Now, I will say, don't be selfish. Like, obviously, if you can help someone, help someone. If it's not a problem or it's not, you know, a disservice to you, then by all means help someone, or, you know, do that. But don't feel bad for saying no if you don't have the capacity to do something, or if you just don't want to go somewhere, you don't want to do something. It's okay to say no. Like, make sure you exercise that right. And my second point really goes along with saying no, and that is people pleasing is a disservice to you. Do not people please. It is not doing anything for you. It's only hindering you. It's only draining you of your energy. It's only taking up your time, your resources. Don't people please. Don't do something just because someone else wants you to. Really take the time to think about if it's something that you want to do. If it's, how is it going to benefit you, or is it just benefiting this other person? Don't just do something because you think that if you say no, they're gonna walk out of your life, or they're not gonna want to be your friend anymore. Like, if that's the case, then they were never your real friend anyway. They were just using you, and you don't want to be friends with people that just use you for what they can get from you and what you can do for them. You want to be friends with genuine people that, you know, there's an equal mutual exchange. So do not people please. Make sure that you are being aware of the favors that you do for people, the things that you do for people, what you give people, and that it's not draining you of your energy, your time, and your resources. And there's some type of reciprocal mutual exchange. The next thing that I learned in my 20s is that everyone is not your friend. You are going to meet so many people in your 20s. You're gonna, you know, meet so many people that you think is your friend, and really they're not. You really want to use your discernment when making friends and when socializing with people, and know how to categorize people. Know who is your actual genuine friend. Know who is your associate. Know who your acquaintance is. Everyone is not your true friend, and that's okay. You just need to know how to categorize people so that you can manage your expectations from people, and you're not expecting so-and-so to show up a certain way because you think that you're friends and she is really deep down not your friend. Some people really just want to be associated with you or use you for the benefits you have or for the resources that you may provide, or maybe they, you know, you help their image or whatever. So you really just want to vet people out and really try to see what their true intentions are for being your friend or being in your life. And really just be careful, use your intuition and use your discernment. Another way to know if someone is your friend is to pay attention to how they show up for you and when they show up for you. Do they only show up for the good times but they're not there for the bad times? Do they celebrate you? Do they come to your birthdays, your graduation parties, your celebrations, your wins? Do they clap loud for you? How is this person showing up for you? That can sometimes really be a true tell sign of if a person is genuinely your friend or not. And bonus tip, something that I truly learned in my 20s is that people are in your life for either a reason or a season. Some people are meant to be in your life to teach you lessons, to go along this certain journey with you for a certain period of time, to be by your side in this season of your life, and they're not meant to graduate with you to the next level, and that's okay. So that's something that is going to happen in your 20s. You're gonna have people that were with you while you were in college. You guys were the best of friends, and now not so much. You guys are more so adults. You're growing into who you are, and maybe you guys are not into the same things anymore. Maybe you have realized certain qualities about each other that you don't like, and that's totally okay. It's totally fine. You will meet people that you are aligned with, trust me. As soon as you truly figure out who you are, you will begin to align with the right people that are meant to be in your life. And that really brings me to my next point. Your 20s are for exploring who you are. Your 20s is for really getting to know yourself, getting to know what you like and what you don't like, how you like to spend your time, what do you enjoy doing, what are your talents, your gifts, your hobbies. Do you like to travel? Do you like to skateboard? Do you like to swim? Do you like to do pottery? Do you want to join a book club? Do you want to dye your head red? Do you want to dye your hair green? Do you want to paint your nails black? Like, what is your aesthetic? What's your vibe? How do you like to spend your time? What type of people do you like to spend your time with? What type of career do you want to have? This is that time for exploration and to truly get to know yourself. Now, as you get older, you're gonna feel more pressure. Like in your late 20s, a lot of people are really, focusing on truly getting their life together, because it's like you're creeping up on 30. So it's like, this is a time to kind of like cut out the play, get serious, and make sure you're doing what you need to do. But early 20s, explore, try new things, meet new people, go new places, move to a new city, like live your life and explore who you are. The next thing that I learned in my 20s is that you do not have to have it all figured out. Yes, you should have a plan. You should have long-term goals. You should have, dreams and aspirations and goals that you are striving towards. But you don't have to have every single detail of every, aspect of your life planned out. You don't have to know how it's gonna end or exactly how you're gonna get there. You just need to, identify your goals, identify what you want to achieve, and then make sure that you are striving and working towards those goals. You don't have to have it all figured out and have everything together, but you do want to know that like you are on the right path and you are on your way to having it all figured out or having it all together. And even when you do reach your goals and you have it all together, you may reach that goal and be like, I don't like it here. I want to do something else. And that's totally fine. So the 20s is a journey. It's a journey. I mean, life in general is a journey, but your 20s, like, you're not gonna have it figured out, and it's okay. Just relax. Something else that I learned in my 20s is that it's okay to pivot. It is okay if you were moving in one direction and you realize, hey, I want to go in that direction over there. It is okay to pivot. It is okay to change your mind. It's okay to change your career. It may be a shock to the other people around you, but you know who you are. You know what you're passionate about. You know how you want to show up in the world. And as long as you're staying true to yourself and you have a vision for yourself and your future, it is okay to pivot. It's okay to realize, it's okay to, if you picked a career when you were younger and you've been striving towards this career, and then you get there and you realize, hey, this isn't for me. I don't like this. So you're gonna spend the rest of your life in something you don't like because you picked something when you were like 18 years old? No. Live your life the way you want to live and do the things that fulfill you and bring you joy and bring you fulfillment and make you happy. Live for yourself and not others. So it is okay if you need to pivot. It's fine. The 20s is actually a perfect time to pivot because you are still young. You are still afforded. You still have some cushion and some room to make mistakes. So while you're still in your 20s, if you feel like you need to pivot, pivot. Now, if you're in your later 20s, you do have to think smarter and not harder, and you do have to be smart about your pivot and about your next moves, but do it, go for it. Something else that I learned in my 20s is that you must implement healthy habits now. You need to develop those healthy habits now, or you're gonna wait until you get older to try to develop these healthy habits, and it's gonna be harder for you. Develop that exercise routine. Develop that sleep routine so you can get healthy sleep. Eat a healthy, well-balanced diet. Take your vitamins. Like certain healthy habits like that, you want to start implementing now. You want to find that exercise that you really like. Like you want to figure out what form of exercise do you like to do? Do you like to run on the treadmill? Do you like to take daily walks? Do you like to go to Pilates? Maybe hot yoga? Like what is your thing? Now is the time to figure that out and to implement into your life. Make sure you have a schedule for yourself. Make sure that you are carving out time to be away from your phone and away from social media. Like these are the things and the habits that you need to start implementing in your life now so it can positively affect you in the long run. Another thing that I learned in my 20s is that social media is not real. So I am technically a millennial, but I am right on the cusp between millennial and Gen Z. So I grew up without having social media and with having social media. And one thing that I've learned is that social media is not real. What you see on there and how people portray their lives is not real. People are posting designer bags, luxury cars, vacations, and you're thinking that people's lives are perfect because they post these perfectly curated photos on Instagram, but this is not the case. Like sometimes we really have to take a step back and remember that Instagram and social media is not reality. It's a perfectly crafted form or version of someone's reality, but it's not reality. For example, I remember when I was in my first year of law school and I ran into this guy that I went to college with, and he was just telling me how he thought that my life was so like glamorous and that I was just living my best life, and that I was just just living the dream, living the life after college, because I only posted travel pictures on my Instagram. So it was just funny because I think he asked me like, hey, like how are you doing? And I think I just told him like, like I'm struggling, I'm in law school, it's so much going on, like law school is so challenging. And he was like, whoa, like I thought that you were like living your best life. Like I see all these pictures of you traveling the world. And I completely I was just thinking in my head like, oh my gosh, like people really people really like get the wrong impression from social media and Instagram, because I'm over here struggling. I'm over here working hard, stressing out every day in law school, and people are thinking that my life is, you know, this perfect fairy tale. And it's only because like I only posted like travel pictures and like pictures of me having fun on Instagram. Like I didn't post my hard days. I didn't post my bad days. I didn't post me staying up all night studying and reading and stressing out for my law school exams. And you know, I didn't post that. I only posted like my cute fun photos of me traveling and when I was on break and winter break and spring break. So I just say all that to say it's like social media is not real. What you see on social media is not what's happening in real life. It's not. So just remember that, especially in the world that we live in today. And last but not least, what I learned in my 20s is that change is the only thing that is consistent in this life. And that really sucks because I don't like change. I am a fixed person. I'm a Taurus. If you know, you know, that's a fixed sign. And we do not like change. We like stability. We like things to stay the same. We like to be comfortable and to stay in our comfort. But a hard pill that I had to swallow and that I learned is that change is the only thing that is consistent. Change is a part of life. It's a part of, you know, the cycle of life. Life is cyclical. There's highs, there's lows, there's ups, there's downs, there's changes. People evolve. So that is just something to keep in mind, is that life moves in cycles. There is always going to be changes. There is always going to be ebbs and flows in life. It's going to be highs, it's going to be lows. It's going to be good times, it's going to be bad times. And you kind of have to learn how to flow and just like roll with the punches. So with that being said, those are the lessons that I learned in my 20s. Please like, comment, and share, and let me know what part of this video resonated with you the most. Comment down below if you enjoyed this video and what you would like to see me talk about more. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.